I'm Groovy Tony, the Cosmic Traveler, and you're tuned in to the first episode of Smoke Session, where we discuss legendary fighters, people we grew up looking up to. You probably remember that red headband, that red jacket, the cry of Sonic Boom, ringing through the arcade, the laundromat, the hero shop, what have you, as everyone gathered around, post 3 p.m., or perhaps noon on a Saturday. I don't know about you, but the arcade was where I used to go to blow off steam. I went there the day my uncle died. I went there the day my friend went back to England. Maybe you remember it fondly. Maybe you remember the sounds, the smells of your first arcade, your second arcade, or maybe even just the one you frequented the most. Maybe you're one of the few people who remembers Chinatown Fair. I know I do, and I know I miss it. So if you are one of those people, come have a sit with me. Come have a smoke with me. And let's talk about some of the legends that we grew up looking up to. So, you don't know who Terry Bogard is? Well,
Get the fuck out.
if you recall, I said that if you didn't, you should probably leave. But, if you're still here, it's only right of me to inform you of who Terry Bogard is, if you don't know. If you do know, well, there's really no reason for you to. I guess you just like Terry Bogard, like me. Cool. Anyway, moving along. It would be unfair of me to chastise you for your ignorance without also trying to pull you from it. And so, I feel it's only right for me to help.
Money.
I'm here today to tell you about an American hero. He goes by many names. The Hungry Wolf, the Lone Wolf, the Young Wolf, the Wolf Legend, the King of Fighters. But there's only one name that rings through all of Southtown, through all of the world. This is where you put in the part with Geese Howard.
Terry Bogard.
Terry Bogard!
As a boy of only 10 years old, Terry Bogard watched his father get murdered in front of his very eyes by Geese Howard, that very man you just saw. At only 10 years old, there was nothing he could do. He and his brother Andy could do nothing but stand by and watch as Geese walked off and got a good night's rest after murdering a man in the street. You see, Geese Howard controlled Southtown, the very place where they grew up as orphans, adopted by Jeff Bogard. That's right. That man was their adopted father, kind enough to take them off the streets and train them as young fighters. After watching their father get murdered, Terry and Andy begin a journey to become strong fighters. They part ways and train separately. Andy traveling to Japan, and Terry fighting on the streets of Southtown and around the world as he grew. He became one of the toughest fighters in the world, winning fights on the street, winning fights in the ring. If you wanted to fight, he wanted to fight. That's Terry Bogard. He's always down for a challenge. 10 years later, Terry finds himself back in Southtown at 20 years old, ready to get revenge for his father, along with his brother Andy, and a new friend, Joe Higashi. They enter the King of Fighters tournament, a tournament run by Geese Howard, known for its corruption. His influence spreads all over Southtown. Even more so than when he killed Jeff Bogard on the street that day. Geese is in total control, and worse yet, he's satisfied. He doesn't get too greedy. He maintains control over Southtown with an iron grip, and prepares his forces for a bigger battle. But it's not with Terry. Terry isn't even a blip on Geese's radar. He's got much bigger concerns. But to Terry, right now, Geese is everything. But he'll have to get through a number of fighters before he'll even have a chance at getting close to Geese Howard. There are strong fighters in the tournament. Michael Max, Duck King, Richard Meyer, even Tung Fu Ru himself, the old master who taught Jeff Bogard and Geese Howard. But they're no match for the hungry young fighters coming up. Terry, Andy, Joe, they make their way through the tournament. But it comes down to the finals. Hua Jai, Raiden, Billy Kane. These three, under Geese's thumb, await. Each man has their rival battle. But ultimately, it's Terry who comes out on top as the champion of the King of Fighters tournament in Southtown. But that's not the end. It's not the end by a long shot. Stepping in front and dismantling Geese's forces has ruined his plans. And now, Terry is going to pay. He'll get what he wants after all. Geese has found out who he is as the tournament progresses. He knows that he's Jeff Bogard's son. He knows that he's here for revenge. And he also knows that Terry just cost him some valuable manpower. Now, he's going to cost Terry his life in a one-on-one, man-to-man fight to the death at the top of Geese Tower. But he isn't prepared. Terry's motivation is stronger than Geese's experience. Through sheer grit, he pulls through. And he knocks Geese from the top of Geese Tower, sending him crashing down below to his death. Terry feels empty. He finally has his revenge. But what does it mean? Jeff isn't back, and now Geese is gone too. But it had to be done. Not just for Jeff, but for Southtown itself. Geese's iron grip is now loosened, and Southtown could possibly grow once again. But seeing as how Southtown is like New York City, I don't see it changing much. And with that, the three men part ways, to grow stronger once again on their own. But that's not the end of the tale. There are more battles ahead. There are always fights waiting for a fighter. And Terry is going to find himself in the fight of his life. He comes up against Wolfgang Krauser, and Krauser damn near beats him to death. He's nearly invincible, a massive German man with purple hair. and muscles. Like, I don't know, Terry Crews. Yeah, there you go, Terry Crews. That's a buff nigga. But Terry isn't just defeated. This motivates him to grow even stronger. If there's someone stronger than him, then that means he himself can become stronger as far as he's concerned. And the chance comes. Another tournament. This time, held worldwide. Fighters from all over the world enter. Chang Sin-san, Kim Kap-hwan, Mai Shiranui, Jubei Yamada, Big Bear, formerly known as Raiden. The heel, who worked under Geese Howard, now turned face as a lovable grizzly wrestler. For those of you not familiar with pro wrestling, a face is a good guy. A heel is a bad guy. The more you know. And of course, Andy and Joe are going to show up too. If Terry's going, they're going. But in the end, there's a reason they call him the King of Fighters, and Terry is the one left standing. But it's not over yet. Billy Kane appears once again, along with Axel Hawk and Lawrence Blood, Wolfgang Krauser's personal steward.
Welcome. Round one. Fight.
But after fighting battle after battle, Terry comes up against Wolfgang Krauser once again.
Krauser, Germany. Hey, come on, this is your briggs. Fight. Final round. Fight.
And Terry knocks his ass right down. Krauser's no match for Terry. which really is me overselling Terry and underselling Krauser, because there's no way that's not an even fight. Krauser is a massive man with a lot of skill and power, a pancratium fighter, and it's that strength that forces Terry to draw out the mighty power geyser, his most formidable technique to this point. With Krauser defeated and his limits overcome, Terry moves forward. And so the day dawns on a new battle. A new mercenary has come to town. On top of that, Geese Howard returns. Terry Bogard walks back into Southtown, ready to dispatch justice and put a stop to whatever evil plans Geese has. Chang Sin-san has been spreading word about something called the Sacred Scrolls. Both Geese and the new mercenary are on the hunt. Where will this lead? Terry isn't taking this seriously at all. He advises Andy to stay away from the problem, and moves about Southtown regularly. However, this is Southtown. A fight will find you one way or another. Several fighters are interested in the scroll. Bob Wilson, the understudy of Richard Meyer, and proprietor of the Pow Pow Cafe 2. Joe Higashi, who's taking Chang Sin-san's words to heart. Franco Bash, who's come to town looking for his kidnapped son. Blue Mary Ryan, a private investigator sent to investigate the scrolls on behalf of an unknown client. As the battles rage on, Terry crosses paths with Ryuji Yamazaki, the mercenary from out of town who's come looking for the scrolls. The two do battle, and it ends in a stalemate, with Yamazaki making off before Terry can finish the job. But just then, Mai comes along. The two do battle as well. And then, she fucking runs and tells Andy. I don't know why, because he gets his ass beat too. Yeah, big bro shit over here. Bag back, little nigga. For those not aware, bag back is LA speak for get the fuck out my face for something happened to your dumb ass. After reminding his brother who the tall one is, he's approached by Han Fu, a detective from Hong Kong, hot on the trail of Ryuji Yamazaki. He's known as a super cop back in Hong Kong. But that doesn't mean a goddamn thing in Southtown. You can hit the floor just like everybody else. Next up, Sokaku Mochizuki, a mysterious shinobi. Known to be rivals of the Shiranui clan, he's looking for Andy and Mai as well as the secret scrolls. He intends to put down anybody in his way. That includes Terry. And that's why his ass is going home empty-handed. He even comes across the guy who stole his original red vest and sneakers and beats his ass and takes his stuff back. That's canon. Nobody got a game over. Shut up. And then, it's time for the showdown to resume. Terry and Geese do battle once more. And amidst the flames of Geese Tower, Geese is defeated, but he leaves with his life. No fall this time. After defeating Geese, Terry is rescued from the burning rooftop by Cheng and his helicopter, who tells him that Yamazaki has the scrolls and that Terry needs to catch up with him. After they catch up with Yamazaki, as it turns out, he's already beaten the living crap out of Hanfu. It's Terry's turn. Yamazaki goads him into the battle, and Terry has no choice but to accept. Seemingly calm, Yamazaki is actually a wild lunatic. He carries a knife in his pocket. He takes hits to the face just to return them twice as hard. He'll take your energy and throw it back at you. He's almost impossible to stop for a normal man. But for the King of Fighters, it's just another fight. Yamazaki is trounced. Terry has to move on. Yamazaki tells him to go to Delta Park, but he won't have to go. What's awaiting him in Delta Park is already on his trail. Even after defeating Yamazaki, Terry still doesn't believe in these scrolls. Or maybe he's just not interested. However, someone's interested in him. Terry is teleported to Delta Park. Awaiting him there, Jin Chongxu, a small child of 2,000 years old, seeking to get his hands on the scrolls. He attacks Terry. Despite his small childish frame, Jin Chongxu is not weak. Not by a long shot. He's fast, he's strong, and his energy is high. He almost overwhelms Terry. But they don't call him the King of Fighters for nothing, and I don't keep saying it for no reason. Terry Bogard stands at the top, and all you can do is get knocked down for trying to climb up.
Nigga, please.
He's already beaten the best, and in doing so became the best, and only continues to get better. Your 2,000 years? Well, maybe you should have spent them training. Chongxu's defeat, however, is not the end. And standing there, in front of his body, is his older brother. Enraged, Jin Chonrei steps into the fray.
Ooh, bars.
Jin Chonrei is more aggressive and fierce than his brother. Noticeably stronger. More direct, more brutal. And as Jin Chongxu sits dramatically on the throne, the two do battle. As fires rage all around them, the two twins rest against the altar, defeated. It seems that this battle finally ends their 2,000 years. But the reality is they're just being fucking dramatic. I guess after 2,000 years, maybe that's just a habit. You're probably pretty bored. We see vampires look pretty dramatic all the goddamn time. Maybe it's just, I guess you gotta spice life up when you're old. After the battle, Terry takes in Jin Chonrei as his son. Because 2 mouths is too much to feed, so Chongxu has to take his ass elsewhere. Except for one thing. That's not what happens. Because that nigga's not canon. They didn't prepare for another game. And that's fine. But from here, we move along to Real Bout of Fatal Fury.
Fury.
After Geese makes off with the sacred scrolls, a new tournament is held in Southtown. The prize? Those very same sacred scrolls. Geese stands once again at the top of Geese Tower, awaiting any and all challengers. But only one will make it to him, and the competition is fierce. Billy Kane once again waits as Geese's champion, and Ryuji Yamazaki has been hired to take care of business as well.
I'm gonna find you so bad.
But neither of these two can stop Terry Bogard. He makes his way through the tournament and all the heated battles within, dropping challenger after challenger, until Geese Howard himself awaits. Once again, another fiery battle takes place. Terry and Geese fight once more, but the results don't change at all. Yeah, well, I thought something would be different. The only thing that's different is how badly Terry beats his ass, thanks to all the experience he's gained since their first fight. Terry comes out on top once again. And this time, he makes an attempt to save Geese Howard's life. However, this isn't some tournament fight. This is a battle to decide life and death. Because if it were you flying backwards, Terry, Geese would never try to save your life. But that's what drives Terry to do the same. He wishes to save Geese because he wishes not to become Geese. After all, Geese was once a promising young fighter. What was it that sent him over the edge? But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter. Because Terry has no intention of being the same. But Geese doesn't give a damn about Terry's intentions. What matters here is the result. You won, I lost. And for that, my life is over. Now live with the consequences and understand what it means to fight. Boy! At the end of the fight, Terry is left standing all alone, as Geese lays at the bottom of Geese Tower. But he doesn't leave alone. He takes Rock Howard under his charge, the son of Geese, and raises him up to be the next young wolf. This is where Terry's story ends, as the main character at least. But as the icon of SNK, as the king of fighters, as the only white man I trust, Terry Bogard continues on. So, this has been Groovy Tony, the Cosmic Traveler. And that was the first episode of Smoke Session. I hope you enjoyed. Perhaps next time, I'll cover Geese Howard, who I refer to as the pinnacle of all white men.
Ungrateful bitch.
Or maybe, I'll tell you about a vampire who ate a living star to become an S-class demon. Who knows? Keep it silky. And I'll see you in the stars. Groovy Tony, out.